Hello everyone, how's it going? So this video I'm going to be showing you the rules on how to play Wrath of Kurs 2. This game is designed to be a much easier and simpler game to play compared to the original, so it's designed to be played in less than half an hour's time. So I'm going to try and run through with you the basics. Hopefully just by watching the end of this video you'll be able to pick up a deck and play a little bit more of a new game. So first thing you need to get into your head is the deck size. So your deck can be between 30 and 40 cards, and there is a limit. Your commons, uncommons and rares, you can have up to 3 of each card in the deck, and for your royalty rares, it follows the same as the original game. You can only have 2 of these in your deck, and they both need to be different named cards. Basically these are the cards that will help you settle the game quickly. So as well as the deck, you're going to need the core. The core does not get shuffled into the deck, and it basically starts in play there. That is you as a player. So once you've taken 10 points of damage, you lose the game. Cores also have some abilities, so once you've reached the criteria, you can use it on the main turn, the main phase, once per game, and you can do whatever it says on there. You start the game with 2 charges on each player's core, and you're going to need a dice, or die should I say, which is a fancy die. That's pretty much all you're going to need for the game. Now this is the play area, this is your individual play area, so your opponent will have this same grid. Assault units go on the top, defensives go on the bottom, and reinforces go on the side, which helps support the lanes while they're sat in. And assault units are the only cards that can attack, and defensives basically mean your opponent cannot hit your core if you have a defensive unit in play, so they need to get rid of the defensive unit to be able to attack your core directly. Alright, so starting the game, each player draws 5 cards from the top of their deck. They can look at them, and you can choose to mulligan up to 3 back into your deck. Once you've done so, this is your hand for the game. Wait for your opponent to mulligan if they so choose to do so, and then you roll a die to see who goes first. The highest number gets to choose if they play first or if they play second. So, the very first turn in the game acts a little bit differently to the rest. There's 3 temporary rules for that one turn. Number 1 is you cannot attack on that turn. Obvious reason, because your opponent will not have a chance to put any defensive units out. Secondly, you don't draw a card. And thirdly, you only gain 1 charge for the turn instead of the normal 2. So, be careful if you want to take play. Once you've got charges on your core, in your main phase you use these charges to play cards, and this number in orange is how many charges you need to play this card. So for example in this turn, we can actually use all 3 to play an assault unit into any one of the 3 assault slots. Obviously defensive units go down here, and reinforced units go into the side. As previously mentioned, only assault units can attack the enemy core. At the start of every other turn, players draw 1 card from the deck, and they gain 2 charges on their core. You don't have to use the charges on the core, you could let it grow turn after turn, and play a more powerful unit if you decide to. In the battle phase, you can choose to attack or to not attack. Like I said previously, you can only attack with the assault units. Attacking is extremely simple. Let's say for example you have got this card out in the assault zone. You choose what you want to attack. You can choose to attack any enemy unit on their side of the field, or you can choose to attack their core directly given that they have 0 defensive units in play. Once you've chosen your target, you roll a die, and this is the number that they need to hit, 3 or higher. So, in this case, this unit misses and deals 0 damage. Now, if the opponent's unit, if this attacking unit attacked a enemy unit and that enemy unit survived the attack, if they have this symbol here, that means that they can counter attack. So let's have an example. Let's say, for example, your opponent has got a devastating worm out in the play, and you have got the territorial wyvern. You roll, and it misses. Because this territorial wyvern has got the counter attack symbol, it can roll a die and attempt to deal 7 damage back to the wyvern. So, and there we go, it was 6. So the tides of battle have surely changed, because now the attacking player has lost one of their precious assault units, and the defensive player has successfully defended and managed to come with an advantage out of another player's turn. As previously mentioned, a player can attack the core directly for 1 point of damage as long as you have got 0 defensive units out in play. If that unit manages to hit in battle, then they deal 1 point of damage to the enemy core, and when that gets to 10, they lose the game. That was the extreme basics of the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and that is pretty much how you play the game in 5 minutes. So if you've got any questions, be sure to leave a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe as well. Apologies for my broken voice, I've got a bit of a sore throat, so many apologies for that. But as previously mentioned, if you've got any questions about the game, or you want some advanced rules answering, then fire away and just let me know. Okay guys, thank you very much. See you next time.